Okay, I think we're good. It dropped there. Oh, it dropped twice, I believe. And we've dropped 64 frames here. Largely my fault for not connecting an Ethernet cable, but that's fine because this was impromptu to begin with anyways. I just found a whole bunch of my old Nintendo Powers, and I figured that I would read them since I had mentioned that I was going to stream again in December, and we're pretty much done with December, and I had yet to stream. So, in order to stay good on that, I had to stream at some point, and I feel like today was a good enough day because, well, most people are off today. I wasn't really off today, but I was halfway off today and done early enough to be able to set this up and start it off roughly around 5 p.m. Eastern. Anyways, like I said, I'm going to be reading Nintendo Power. I'm very curious to see it, how it's aged. The magazine itself is aged, as you can see here. There's kind of some degradation that has happened, but those things are to be expected, with a, 20-year-old magazine. I don't know exactly when this one was published. I don't think it tells me. It just says volume 165. But I'd have to imagine it's around 20 years old because it is obviously centered around The Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker, which, as we all know, came out in 2002. But it's also got things like Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire, Rayman 3, Lord of the Rings: The Two Towers. This precedes The Return of the King. So this is definitely early 2000s. 20 years ago, we'll call it. Let's take a trip down memory lane. The first advertisement is for Metroid Prime. It would seem it's prime time. Of course it is. It's 5 p.m. That is the technical prime time. You see the bitrate is floundering. The next time I do this, I am definitely going to set up an Ethernet cord. But again, this is all impromptu. Having fun. Take aim with our prime time bundle pack. I remember this. Star Fox Adventures specifically used to be at like every Walmart as far as the the GameCube demo. That was always the game. There was some with like Metroid Prime as well. Unfortunately, I never had a Wavebird. I always wanted a Wavebird. I wish this coupon was still good for it because, man, Wavebirds sell for a ridiculous amount of money right now. I don't know if you keep up with like resale stuff or collecting stuff, but it is pretty wild out there. Cool. Next advertisement. Yes, the Lord of the Rings. But of course, salted pork. This is how a movie-to-game adaptation should be done, said Electronic Gaming Monthly. It's absolutely jaw-droppingly gorgeous, said the official PlayStation magazine. What does Nintendo Power say about it? They didn't get a comment on here. I mean, they've got 2 systems. I guess so does PlayStation. Whatever. Okay. Well, that's fun. I had this game, I believe. I know a lot of people have a lot of like nostalgia for the Return of the King game, and that was a good one as well. I don't believe I owned that one, so maybe that's why I don't have the same level of nostalgia for it. But the Two Towers, I did enjoy a lot. Ooh, Sonic. Very good. What? Is this a general Sonic? No, it's for the Mega Collection. I see. With the the seven great hits, as it says. Cool. It's a very huge advertisement. Like, how expensive was this? They got 2 pages worth of advertisement and put 90% of it devoid of text. Valoo, the dragon. He's looking quite well fed there. Attaboy. Street Fighter Perfection. Well, let's take a look at the contents. Let's take a look at the contents. What do we have in here? So, game strategies. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of them. Lord of the Rings: The Two Towers, Star Wars Bounty Hunter. That was a fun game. I never owned that one, but I rented that like 27 times at Blockbuster. Minority Report. Never really played it. CI Special Report. Die Hard Vendetta. I'm actually not familiar with that. Bruce Willis had a video game? Couldn't tell you. Skies of Arcadia Legends, though. That's a good one. Yu-Gi-Oh! Dungeon Dice Monsters, another good one. Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. What secrets are in this chamber? I don't know. I never played it, but I watched the movie and read the book. Mario Party E. You all want this E-Party started. Right? Right? It says, I don't know. Maybe we do, maybe we don't. Special features, Legend of Zelda Wind Waker, Legend of Zelda Wind Waker pre-sale bonus, Rapid Fire Previews, Rayman 3, Hoodlum Havoc, Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire Preview. So this is preceding, and I think they came out in 2003, so this is probably 2002. And then a Metroid comic. That's interesting. Moving on. Man, there's a lot. I miss Nintendo Power. Really, someone should bring it back. Look at how cool the covers are, too. And I'm probably, potentially, I don't know, possibly going to do this for other volumes that I own. Just for fun. Just to, I don't know, catalog it, I suppose. But we'll see. Oh, and the pre-order bonus. Yes, Master Quest. I, unfortunately, was not apt enough to snag one of those as a child. Too bad. And the Player's Pulse. First off, look at all of the artwork. Look, you've got Harvest Moon. Got an assortment of Pokemon. You got Link, Samus Aran. Looks like Hamtaro up here, which is not Nintendo. It's interesting. Zelda. Ditto. This is, I believe, Oh, it says Animal Crossing. Yes, there's right here. And then more Zelda. That's straight out of the magazine. Well done. Look at these three plumbers. I've got the mustache, but I don't really quite have the red shirt or the flood like these two fellas. They are styling. Let's read a couple of these submissions here. Let's read the first one from Kyle Cockburn. This is never a problem you want to have. My gaming resolution is to beat The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past / Four Swords in less than 3 months. Man's on a speedrunning mission, I see it. My New Year's goal is to play Metroid Prime, Mario Party 4, and Godzilla Destroy All Monsters Melee to the best of my ability and not beat them too quickly. So kind of a two sides of the coin here between James and Kyle. Kyle, less than 3 months. It has to happen. He's put himself on a timeline, on a deadline. He will not be satisfied if he exceeds it. Well, James, not too quickly. Not too quickly. He wants to play these games, but just wants to savor the moment, and I can understand that. I mean, I'm guilty of trying to play games and run through them kind of as quickly as possible so that I can get to whatever's next. But I think there is something to be said about savoring it, about just sitting back and enjoying it. Like, I was able to do that with Breath of the Wild. In fact, I think I have close to 1,000 hours logged on that, which is probably less than a lot of you. But for me, that's a lot of hours. That's a lot of time, buddy. And I guess we'll just hop over here. One day I promised to beat the last boss in Golden Sun, and last night I had a dream that I was Isaac, using my psi powers to defeat Minardi and Saturos. Rike. By the way, when is Golden Sun: The Lost Age coming out? I can't wait, said Vegeta Rules 89 from the internet. That's a good one. On the YouTube channel, I'm actually planning on playing Golden Sun. That's funny, and The Lost Age was not even out yet. Nothing really has happened since either. Golden Sun has kind of been dropped by the wayside, which is really unfortunate because there was a lot of fun to be had in that franchise. I know there was a third one that came after The Lost Age, but I never played it. And based on what I've heard from people that have, it didn't do the first two justice, which is too bad. Like I said, it's a great one. News for Zelda fans. Hey, that's me. There is a big rumor that The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time is going to be a special GameCube game in North America. Is that true, and could you please clear that up? I can clear that up. Let me go back a few pages here. I think there's an advertisement for boom, Master Quest. Indeed it is. And assuredly the editor, yeah, check out page 43 for the breaking news. Nah, dude, it's like 4 pages earlier than that. And then, of course, there's more art. You got Super Mario from Super Mario Sunshine. He's got the Flood as well. There's a Shine. Peach, Toadsworth, more Pokemon. Actually, not. Who's that? Call him Charles. Then there's Ash, Misty, Pikachu, Mario Party. And what are those? Meowth? Yeah, they've gotten into a jar of catnip. How adorable. Marvel's Iron Man. Not familiar. I don't know who that is. And the Artist Gallery. I guess these are just the best art that Nintendo Power, the best art of the month. They give their own page, whereas the other ones just got to border the fan mail. So it looks like we've got a great link here from Nina Garsh in California. It got a little stamp here. You see that? Contest winner, Art of the Month, it says. Very nice, Jun. Nice, Jun? I'm trying to say nicely done and nice job all in once. Nice job, Nina. Well done. The Art of the Month. Very well done, really. So is this Samus, Kirby, Samus, Kirby, Samus, Samus. Kirby adjacent? Meta Knight. I mean, it's from the Kirby franchise. And Fox. Interesting to me that there's, there's Star Fox, Legend of Zelda, and then Kirby and Metroid. Everything else. Funny. I mean, I guess that was just what was popular at the time. It makes sense. I guess Metroid had just come out. It was a huge deal. But what was Kirby doing in the early 2000s? I mean, stuff, for sure. I guess I just don't remember what. We got the power charts, the top-selling games. This will answer that question, right? So, top-selling game, number 1, Metroid Prime. Mario Party 4, Super Mario Sunshine, Resident Evil 0, Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets beats out Star Fox Adventures, Animal Crossing, Smash Melee, 007, and Sega Mega Collection. Fascinating. Sonic Mega Collection. Interesting. Smash Melee, way lower than I thought. Although it had been out for a little bit. You see that's got 12, a whole year on the chart, which is impressive in and of itself. So let's not raise our standards too high here. And then for player's choice, it looks like you got The Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker, Metroid Prime. What is the white? The gray versus the white. Am I reading this? Oh, GameCube and Game Boy Advance. I see. Okay. Yeah, Metroid's got 2 top-selling games there. One for the GBA, one for the GameCube. Metroid Prime and Metroid Fusion, respectively. Very good. Interesting to me that a sports game made the top tier here for Nintendo Power. Madden NFL 2003. I think like Michael Vick was the cover athlete for that one. So looking back over on the player's choice, what did the people enjoy? It looks like Wind Waker, while it's not a top selling, which is crazy to me given that it's Zelda. Like, Zelda's huge. Maybe it wasn't as huge then. It still had to be. I was like 12, so I don't really remember the state of like purchasing. Either which way, the people loved it. They also loved Metroid Prime as well as A Link to the Past 4 Swords. So 2 Zeldas, 2 Metroid games for the top 2 players' choice, respectively. And then Lord of the Rings 2 Towers with Ruby and Sapphire. Some other interesting ones here. Golden Sun at 6 for Kirby, Nightmare in Dreamland. That's what was going on. That is a good game. And then Most Wanted, Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles. I actually just bought a copy of that before I moved out to Florida. I should probably fix this here. I'm using a hand camera alongside the webcam up there so I can showcase the magazine itself. Golden Sun: The Lost Age, Final Fantasy Tactics, Harvest Moon: Wonderful Life. Oh, that's a good one. I should play that here soon. We got another ad for Summoner. Great. Moving on. Game Watch. What's coming up, it says. The gaming news for February 2003. Yeah, I was but a wee lad here. Miyamoto mentions Pikmin 2 and Mario 128. Wow. What did Mario 128, did that end up being Mario Sunshine, or did that end up being Mario Galaxy? In a recent interview in Japan, Mr. Miyamoto confirmed that he's working on Pikmin 2 and Mario 128 for GameCube, but Nintendo's master designer gave no further details about the titles. Nintendo also announced that Kirby's Air Ride, Mario Kart, and Animal Crossing 2 are in development for Nintendo GameCube as well. In addition to those announcements, Nintendo revealed that Mario Golf and Mario Tennis are on the way to the Game Boy Advance. At this time, no release dates have been set for any of the games in Japan or North America. We'll keep you posted. Okay, fascinating. I know most of those games. I own most of those games. Of course, games like Mario 128 and Animal Crossing 2 ended up being renamed to other things, but definitely played what they were. I think, what was it? Was a New Leaf the second Animal Crossing? I don't know, but it definitely didn't come out on GameCube. The Game Boy Advance SP, I had a red one of these that I lost, and I loved that thing. It was a revelation to me in my backseat gaming. Great times, great times. Now, these are, what are these? Is this Game Watch stuff more? These are upcoming stuff. We got Vex, Army Man. The Army Man game on Nintendo 64 was a lot of fun. I never played anything beyond that. But the N64 was Sarge's Heroes, I believe it was called. It was a good time. Superman, Shadow of Apocalypse? Apocalypse? Taco Lips, what is that? That's a phonetic spelling over here of Apocalypse. I like it. Anyways, I didn't play that either, but I played the N64 one. That one, less than great. I'm talking about Sarge's Heroes. Just below, there's Sarge's War, which is interesting. They got 2 Army Men game coming out in the same year, back-to-back months. March 2003, April 2003, both for the GameCube, both by the same publisher. That's pretty weird. I don't see that happen anymore. You see things spaced out far more. Project Digipen. Sports games, very nice. Game Watch Forecast. Let's see what they were planning on the horizon here. So Wind Waker was still. Let's go up here. My finger's over this way. Wind Waker was still on the horizon, apparently. I thought it was out when it was. I don't know. That's weird. This is a weird time when this was published. Apparently, I saw Soul Calibur 2. That was a great game, and the GameCube version came with Link, which was super cool. What do we have look on the horizon here for Game Boy Advance? Yellow text signifies new games added to the list. Banjo-Kazooie, Grunty's Revenge. Didn't play that, but I should. Heard good things about it. Anything else sticking out to me interesting? I mean, there's a ton, right? Like, it'd take forever to read all that, and we don't have that sort of time. The Power of Love. This Valentine's season, Power On's roving eye falls on a heavenly pair that has become the talk of the town. As Samus Aran, the bounty-hunting beauty of Metroid Prime, finally caught her man, and his Jango Fett, the face that launched 1,000 clones, turned in his blaster for a bouquet of roses. Ever since the stylish bounty hunters were spotted on the Nintendo GameCube last fall, the dish around the galaxy has been that the sharply dressed sharpshooters are having a close encounter of the first kind. How's that for fan fiction? This is official fan fiction. It's in the magazine. That's pervasive. Okay. Let's see. What else do we have? Some more Wind Waker stuff. Looks like some Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire stuff, which arguably is the greatest generation of Pokemon games. I mean, greatest is probably subjective and not necessarily the truth, but in my opinion, probably one of my favorite generations of Pokemon. I really, really did enjoy Sapphire and Emerald, too, for that matter. Mario Soccer, here's Skies of Arcadia. Decent game. I have not played it in a long time, but I like RPGs. RPGs are fun. The Wind Waker. Here we are, the grand reveal. The world's best-loved video game series returns with a stunning new chapter. Do you remember the first time you played a Legend of Zelda game? Yes. Yes, I do, in fact. I rented Ocarina of... Well, maybe the first time I played it was actually at the behest of a friend of mine. We were like 6 years old, and it was his brother's cartridge of Ocarina of Time. And I really had no idea anything about it. The guy had a sword. The character's name was Link. He had a sword. I was all about it. I thought that was the coolest thing ever. So I would go to this local video game store where we lived in Oregon, and it was like, I don't know, $1 for like 2 days. Oh no, we've been disconnected and reconnected. Man, yeah, I'm definitely going to have to Ethernet this up going forward because this is losing all potential. Anyways, the story I was getting at, I would rent this game for the weekends, and I rented it, and I was a stupid, sticky 7-year-old, and I had to have the top save, right? If you've played Ocarina of Time, you know there's 1, 2, 3. There's the three save slots. I had to have the number 1 save slot because I was insane. I don't know, but I did, and I deleted the file that was there on this cartridge that I was renting from the store. And I returned it and rented it again the next weekend, and my save was deleted. Or was it? The save was back, and it was like, please don't delete was the name. So me and this other dude traded the cartridge back and forth, and it was essentially my first like real experience with a Zelda game, and I will not forget it. Either which way, though, the sound the treasure chest makes when it opens, the mind-bending puzzles, the inevitable final battle with a huge, terrible boss, each gamer has a favorite memory. Turns out mine's just Blockbuster, which is slightly less exciting. Blockbuster, yeah, not super-duper exciting. Anyways, moving on, there's a whole host of information here. That's pretty incredible. Wow. This is like a mini guide. In a way, this is actually kind of a lot. The Masters Speak. On December 4th, 2002, Nintendo held a Legend of Zelda Wind Waker event with journalists from across the country. The highlight of the day was a 2-hour video conference interview with Shigeru Miyamoto, the producer, and Eiji Aonuma, the director. We've reprinted the interview below, edited slightly for length so that you can get an inside look on the design process. That's really neat. I'm going to save that for another time because that's a huge wall of text. We'll move forward. Pre-order one epic title, get 2 legends. There's the Master Quest. Very difficult. Lord of the Rings, the 2 Towers. Gimli, Aragorn, Legolas. I've also got an Aragorn over there. That's the name of my cat. He's cleaning himself. As you can see, we just moved. A lot of crap around. Anyways, back to the magazine. Show your skills. Aemon Hen, that's where poor old Boromir died. One does not simply field 24 arrows to the chest and survive. Yeah, no, not. He tested that. I mean, God bless him. He really gave it his best shot, but not very successful. You found the ocarina. It's sweet potato flavored. Oh my God, it's delicious. Fry that up, put it in some tin foil, stuff it full of marshmallows. No, don't do that. That's just the shape. And then this one's called the pendant and the eagle bone flute. We have an ocarina, or rather my wife has an ocarina. We got it at the Renaissance Festival 2 years ago. We actually got 2. The funny thing is, we got there, the first thing we did when we got to the Renaissance Festival, there was this little stall where this person handmade ocarinas. They were selling them. We're like, oh my God, that's awesome. Purchased an ocarina, got the sheet music that came along with it. Super dandy, walk around, watch some jousting, eat some turkey legs, spill beer everywhere, whatever traditional Renaissance Festival things. We lost the ocarina. Oh, we lost the ocarina. Thing was like $60. It's expensive. You know what we did? We bought another one. Yeah, probably the least financial savvy choice you'll ever find, but hey, you gotta have an ocarina, man. Star Wars Bounty Hunter. It's a fun one. I never owned this one, but I definitely rented it a few times. I think someone is doing an LP of this currently on YouTube. It might be on Fox. I don't actually. Don't quote me on that. All right, I don't give you bad information. But someone out there is LPing this. Okay, lots of information on it. Ooh, this is what video game is this? This is Redline Bicycles. The target audience, what you're telling me here, is that this was for teenagers. Minority Report. I don't even know what that means. Is that a movie? Yeah, 20th Century Fox Film Corporation and DreamWorks LLC. All rights reserved. Published and distributed by Activision. So yeah, a movie made into a game. I have never watched this movie. I guess I've heard of it at times, but I don't know anything about it, and it's certainly got a huge chunk of space in here. What is Rapid Fire Previews? Okay, the Nintendo GameCube continues to be the platform for intense action thrillers. Yeah, I don't know if that's what it's known for anymore. The style and substance. Take a look at rapid-fire games that are lurking around the corner. Watch out, they're going to get you. Yeah, we've dropped 6,800 frames. I think the Ethernet thing is going to have to be mandatory. I'm going to rewatch this when I'm done with this. God help me, it might be unwatchable. We'll see. Red Faction, RTX. So these are all action-adventure shooter games. Resident Evil 2 and 3. Not bad. Tomb Raider. That would fit in, but it's for the Game Boy Advance. That's not the one. Rayman 3. Yeah, this one frustrated people because it ended on a cliffhanger, right? Get the next one. But there wasn't one. There wasn't one. Ooh, goodness gracious! Look at the teeth of that guy. You know about teeth like that? Specifically evolved for eating pizza. Yeah, you didn't know that, did you? But he's patient zero. Oh, there's a big old fold out here. Rayman 3. I'm gonna leave that in there where that has stayed for the last 20 years. I think that's fine. We'll move on. The fundamentals. Create games and learn to program with DigiPen's Project Fun. That's neat. You're probably not still an active domain. I guess we could check that out. www.projectfun.digipen.edu. I've got my phone over here. I'm gonna use my phone, and we're gonna see. www.projectfun. projectfun.digipen.edu. Survey says, oh, no way. Yeah, new programs launching January 2023. Look at that. Still functions. All right, well, pretty neat. Pretty neat. It's cool to, I mean, programming in general is cool. I'm not very good at it, which is why I'm in the business side of cybersecurity, but it's really cool. I mean, especially because you can't really have most of technology without it, right? And kind of rely on that, so yeah. For those of you that can, thank you. God knows we appreciate your sacrifice. More classified information. We've got some on Animal Crossing. Shiny shovel. Golden shovels grow on trees. Use a regular shovel as a seed. Buried bags of bells glow through the ground. After you dig up bells from a glowing spot, bury a spare shovel in the same place and wait several days for a tree to grow. That's right. That is how you would acquire the invincible golden tool sets. Markedly different obtaining them now in like New Horizons. You gotta do some crazy stuff to get the like the golden. I think you get the recipe for like the golden net and the golden fishing rod, and you gotta get all of the little critters. Them little critters don't always want to come with you, right? Those critters are trying to stay in nature, and I say no. I want to donate you to the museum for science. Classified information. We see our special report. Die Hard Vendetta. Couple of games I didn't really have any experience with. The Crossing Guardian. Look at this. This should be a magazine on its own. My goodness, this is amazing. Yeah, 7,100 drop frames. So it looks like 7% of the frames are dropping. Nearly 10% of all frames. I mean, I guess this is, what is this, going at 60 frames per second? So, I don't know. It's either 60 or 30. I don't even remember what it's set to. But we're dropping 3 or 6. Either which way, will winter cast a shadow on Groundhog Day? Potentially, who knows? Winter chill, have you feeling ill? Escape to Animal Island. Nice hands. Good vibes. Hot treats. What is that? What do you mean by that? Hot treats? Is he a hot treat? You're gonna eat Cap'n? No. Doesn't make sense. Okay, Tom Nook special. Ah, yes. These were cool. I remember you would punch this in and you would get a little present. I think you could get like an NES or a Super Nintendo. Maybe just an NES. And it would have like The Legend of Zelda or Super Mario Brothers. And it's funny, I would have sleepovers and we would play those games. Like we would play a game in a game. Because none of us had NESs or SNESs. So to play those games, I don't think SNES was possible. But whatever, to play some of the older games, our only access to it as children was through Animal Crossing. Ah, the Pokemon Sapphire and the Ruby versions. The next generation of Pokemon. A little Zigzagoon. So cute and brown. And Torchic's going to set him on fire. It's going to be quite sad. But also fun at the same time. Little Root Town, Mutual Rival. Very nice. Got some Fire Emblem music playing. I can hear that in the background. We might actually have to turn that down. How does that relate to my voice? No, we're probably fine. Yeah, let's peak it at 40. Whatever. Starting Pokemon. Trico, Torchic, and Mudkip. Couple of cuties. I am partial to the fire types, and I think I did at first start with Torchic, who ended up as Blaziken. I like all of these, like Swampert, his evolution, Mudkip's final evolution. I think that's the one I ended up going with the most often. I'm blanking on the name of the final evolution of Trico here. No. Greenzilla. Big one. Owen region. There's a whole lot of information, a lot more than I remember. I remember the Nintendo Power like spotlights like this being just a couple pages long. I guess this one was just a couple pages. But between like the Wind Waker and Tom Clancy, there's a lot of information. And here's the Metroid comic. I'm actually going to save, but look at all this artwork. That's really cool. Ozo blood pumps through my veins. It's up to me to become the mistress of this planet. Kind of a deep voice for Samus, isn't it? I don't know. Samus is a woman, but women can have deep voices too. I don't know. Look at that. Look at that arch. That is an athlete. Gosh darn it. That kind of flexibility? No. No, I can barely lace up my shoes without breaking my spine. It's incredible. But there's a reason why Samus Aran is, not, I don't want to say international bounty hunter, but she's far more than that. She's a galactical bounty hunter. And I am someone who works from home. Arena, are you game? Advancing Digimon. Steer your way to the EA Sports 500 at Talladega. Talladega Nights? I want to go fast. I want to go fast. Fascinating. Epic Center, there we go. We've got Harvest Moon stuff. Harvest Moon, Wonderful Life. Great game. Lots of fun. Really need to play that soon. I really do. Friends of Mineral Town. Never actually got to play this one, but you could GBA connect the two and get some cool stuff going on that I always really wanted to do. Maybe someday I'll make a purchase and make that happen, but probably pretty expensive now, right? Like the status of these retro games is ridiculous financially. And what do we have here? Car Battler Joe. Actually not familiar with that. Guys of Arcadia, another classic. Lots of fun. Haven't played this one. I didn't play this one as much. I only rented it a few times. Didn't own it, unfortunately. But it is a good game. I mean, it's an RPG, and I am partial to them, so. Reckless, Yakuza missions. Very nice. Dungeon Dice Monsters. So this was a break from the traditional Yu-Gi-Oh games, which I enjoyed all of them, and probably would continue to this day if I still had any of them lying around. Dungeon Dice Monsters. I do remember this briefly, but you can kind of see it here. You would travel on the map, and you would have to roll to make things happen here. It's an interesting game. Not great, not awful. Like I said, I think of the card game. Yu-Gi-Oh, the card game, predominantly when I think of Yu-Gi-Oh. So it's kind of a break from that, and that kind of sent me awry. Harry Potter Chamber of Secrets. Well, again, watched the movie, read the book, did not watch Mario Party E. I'm not familiar with this. Oh, this was a bold attempt at innovation from Nintendo. I mean, they've never actually shied away from that, but it looks like you would scan the cards on a reader, on an e-reader for your Game Boy Advance, and you would play that. Man, that looks like a lot of fun. If I had like a handful of Game Boy Advances and e-readers, wow, that looks interesting. I need to find some people who have played that before and see if they liked it, because that looks really cool. $5 off any Nintendo GameCube, Game Boy Advance software accessory. Ooh. You think they'll honor this on eBay? Probably not. Turn on the fun. Reserve your copy today. Idle Wave. So this is just another bunch of new stuff. Disney. Oh my God, what is going on here? Pervase. It's disgusting. Crash Bandicoot. Needless to say, he ordinarily wears pants. This is what's going on underneath it. Not okay. Not okay. But look at that. I mean, he do fill them out though. So, now playing so these are all the latest releases from February 2003, and then it gives them a star rating, with 5 being excellent, 4 great, 3 good, 2 so-so, and 1 poor. I thought this said 50-50. I was like, what does that mean? 2 stars means we don't know about it. So we'll just give it a quick run through to see what Lord of the Rings 2 Tower did really good amongst the 5 judges here. You can see that Alan and Jessica liked it markedly more, maybe a half star more than the rest. Any more discrepancies here? Minority Report, and got some rankings there for Minority Report, and some rankings for Star Wars Bounty Hunter. Then we got Skies of Arcadia, Sum of All Fears. It looks like, wow, Jessica really liked it, but Steven and Alan were like, nah, dude, that sucks. A whole bunch of other ones here on the side. I'll kind of pan up real quick. There you go. My giblets, there's a host of information here. We got Bust a Move, Dead to Rights, Defender, Dragon's Lair, Fireblade, Frogger, Zapper, Super Bubble Pop, something else. What is that? Rugrats, Royal Ransom, Reign of Fire, Mortal Kombat, The Reckoning. A host of Interesting game. And the pages continue. All right, well, this we'll have to dig into another time, perhaps. But these are all the lower rated ones. It seems there's a whole bunch of like 2.5. There's a 1.5. Chris hated Dexter's Laboratory. Chris despises glasses. That's why. I should probably stay away from him. Is that the worst ranking that anyone? No, there's some 1.5s up here for Dungeons and Dragons: The Beholder, and there's one for Frogger Adventure 2. Is there anything worse than 1.5? Anything worse than that? I don't see any ones. There's not very many 1.5s. Fascinating. Okay. And the Feel Good Article of the Year, NP411. I guess this is where you would contact them. Great. Okay, well, can't do that now. It's defunct. And they had an index where you would look up the games that were mentioned in the version, or in the whatever this is, the article, not the article, not the chapter. Gosh darn it, it's in my stream description. It's the it's on the side of the thing, isn't it? The volume. There we go. All right, and we're closing up here with some more cool stuff, more cool Pokemon. This is what's coming next episode, next issue, volume 166 in March, 20 years ago. And then there's some more Legend of Zelda. Always great. Link to the Past, Four Swords. Very, very good games. And this dude, be an action figure. He's throwing or catching a frisbee. I think he's throwing it. He's licking his cheek. Extremely athletic. Clutching a football, an American football specifically. He's kneeing some water. And he's got a skateboard taped to his legs. I don't know if this is a good message to send the children. This looks dangerous. Someone could get hurt. If you've got a skateboard strapped to your feet, do not go diving for any discs. You're going to eat sand and lose your teeth. It's going to be awful. Climb, stretch, fly, roll, pedal, toss, dance, fling, slide, paint, throw, swim, test, hike, kick, run, bounce, dive, sing, jump, twirl, catch, play, leap, fly, try, dream, turn, spin, go, laugh. Man, you're asking a lot of me. I'm like 12. And then finally, the back, which I think is like an expensive bit of advertisement space. Power Rangers, Ninja Storm, February. Catch it on ABC Family, or Saturdays on ABC Kids. Very nice. And that is volume 165 of Nintendo Power. I'm going to set up the handy-dandy little tripod here. If I could, we can get it up there. There we go. So that is that. I mean, this whole stream was very much a impromptu thing, as I've mentioned already a few times, and I definitely should have plugged in the freaking internet cord, but I didn't. So at least at the very least, I can say I streamed in December, which is what my little like description thing on the profile says, that I would return in December, and I just wanted to make good on what I had said. So here we go. We did. Either which way, I had fun, and maybe you watching this had fun too. If you didn't, I don't know what to tell you, because your time has already been used. You already watched it, so there's no going back now. You can't shove that toothpaste back in that tube. And furthermore, I might do this again next Friday. Trying to develop some sort of schedule here. Obviously, I maintain the YouTube channel, which is my main focus, over youtube.com/LPs, LPS. There's no like apostrophes or anything, even though there is an apostrophe in LPs. Just for the URL itself. There's no punctuation. Anyways, neither here nor there. Thanks for being here, and I'll see you next time.